In our poll last night, we asked you, do you believe the NFL should focus on the game and entertainment of its fans rather than political issues? 97% of you said yes, that's the way to do it. That was the good old days. Well, joining us now, radio talk show host, Fox Business contributor Leslie Marshall, radio talk show host on New York's WOR, Mark Simone. Good to have you both with us. Leslie, let's start with Roger Goodell says they don't want to be in politics. Does that make any sense at all?
Yes, it's football. It's a sport, one of the great pastimes in America. And I don't think they should be involved. And I think that's why the NFL has made, which I think is the right decision, which is to say, we're not getting involved in that. You want to stand, you want to kneel, that's your choice. It's your First Amendment right. We're here to play football. I want to point out, Lou, that the NFL is the only sports league that has the American flag on their helmet. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting. It's interesting because, you know, they're playing with the flag on their helmet. We can get into the conversation whether they're being, patriotic or not, and what their motivation and reasons are for kneeling. But I think the NFL has made the right choice because this is about football.
I don't think we have to have much of a conversation about whether they're patriotic or not. They're insulting the flag, the national anthem, the country, our military, veterans, all Americans who, and they keep talking about, well, they respect the country. Well, that's great. Yeah. We should all respect it. We should all love this country. I want to hear somebody over at the NFL say, we love America.
Well, you got a long wait coming.
How?
Roger Goodell is the Jeff Sessions of the NFL. His philosophy is lose control of the situation from the first second so you can never take charge. They had an owners meeting. These guys are all billionaires who built empires. Mm-hmm. They're being pushed around by a bunch of 25-year-old C students and they're being told what to do.
Well, I don't know if you're talking about the staff of the NFL or...
Well, the players. These 25-year-olds are pushing these billionaires around. We'll tell you what we're going to do.
It's stunning. And by the way, they're going to get pushed around by some more people, too, because the fans are abandoning this, Leslie. They're abandoning what was a sport and an NFL league. They've lost 30 points in approval. That brand is crashing, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, amongst themselves as they make a decision not to do anything, basically. And they've lost 20% of their audience on television from 2015. This seems like sheer suicide in business terms.
Well, quite frankly, if we look at numbers, I mean, NASCAR is in the toilet and all of the ratings have been coming down for years. But I have to say, one of the things I do notice about Americans, and I'll give you a quick thing for me, Lou. I've had people on radio that say, I hate what you just said. I disagree with you. Mark will understand this as well. I'm never going to listen to you again. And 6 weeks later, they come back. And the reason I say that is I do think that the American public, regardless of this political issue, will come back because people that love football and love their teams, they are diehard fans, even though they may be angry right now.
Leslie, Mark has just given us the 6 week point. This is the 6th week. We've now got the empirical evidence. They haven't come back, Leslie. In fact, the slide continues. I see no sign of any resiliency. People are really hacked off.
No, the only upside to this is you couldn't get New York Giants season tickets for years. Now we'll be able to get them at least.
Well, what are you going to watch?
Well, I'll be the only one there, but...
Well, and the president, Leslie, and I know that you've got to be thrilled with this. I mean, he's winning again, and teaching object lessons in culture, in respect, and patriotism, and reminding people it does matter. You get the last word.
I don't think I wouldn't disagree that the president won this one with the American public, but I don't think the American public is saying I feel this way because the president does and I support the president necessarily. I feel that a lot of people out there, like the onset of the conversation, don't want politics in with their sports, and then there are those that just feel you should stand for the American flag, the national anthem, hand over heart, period.
We got to run. I'll just remind everybody one definition of leadership, which I think applies. To lead is to give every follower the view that it was their idea. Good night.